Davis, and I am the stage manager for Pride and Prejudice. A stage manager basically they help run the rehearsals throughout the process, and then they call the show once it's up and running. I basically am in charge of the timing of the lights and the sound during the show. I've been taking classes at Emerson since freshman year. I've taken stage management classes, arts management classes, and production management classes. I've also been working on shows since I was a freshman. We start out with a production assistant, then you go to second assistant stage manager, and now I am the stage manager my senior year. I started doing theater in elementary school in 5th grade. I worked a lot with my youth group and doing those types of shows, and then I eventually went to my school, and now I'm doing it here at college. My advice for somebody who wants to get involved in theater, especially technical theater or stage management specifically, is that despite our very regimented process and our having to be very organized, it's still a very creative outlet. Even though we are the organizers of everything, we still have to keep our creative minds open and get ready to be in a process of a lot of communication and a lot of collaboration. I really respect and admire companies that focus on community outreach. I think it's very important to make theater more accessible, and people who have that in mind are people who I want to support. So I listen to what stories the designers want to tell on stage, and I try to take all of that information in, as well as what the director wants with the actions. And I take all of that in and I analyze it, and I try to apply that story and that motive and the intentions to the action that is happening on the stage throughout my calling of the script. It's very easy to call a cue on a line when it is happening, but it's important to not only keep the part in mind that you're calling, but also follow the emotion of the actor as well. So this script is very fun and it's very energetic, but that also comes at a bit of a challenge because each scene is so fast and so full of energy. It's a little challenging to keep everything organized and be ready for not only what's coming up next, but what's coming up 3 steps from now. My perfect Sunday would be sleeping in until about 9:30, getting breakfast with my friends, catching up on some of my work that I'm sure has slipped through the cracks during the week, and then retiring the night watching an episode of Gossip Girl with my roommates. During our breaks for rehearsal, I either fill up my water bottle or grab a piece of candy, and I like to do stretches because we're sitting at the table for quite some time. When I'm not working on theater, I like to go to the gym because I don't really get a lot of time to do that, or I like to see shows that I'm not working on. If I had a magic wand, the show that I would work on next would probably be Waitress, just because I really want to see it. I like to get to the theater half an hour earlier than our call time. And just kind of breathe in and calmly go over my script and take in the space alone and in the quiet. I think one thing that's going to surprise people about this show is how relevant it is still today. We talk a lot about this in rehearsals, but even though the show was written so many years ago, a lot of the themes and a lot of the conversations between the characters that are happening in the show are conversations that we continue to have today.